Welcome to another episode of Small Biz E-volution. I'm Khaka Ngcofe. Today we're focusing on how Fintech is transforming the way South Africa's small businesses operate. Joining us is Kosta Scholiadis, the founder of Street Wallet, a Cape Town-based startup that's helping street vendors and SMEs access digital payments, streamline payroll, and participate fully in the digital economy. Kosta, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Khaka.
Well, security and fraud are major concerns for SMEs adopting digital tools. How do fintechs ensure safe transactions for both vendors and customers?
There's a few steps to do that. The first is through the technology. So most PSPs are doing banking integrations, and they've got a lot of key processes that ensure security. We don't process the actual card payments. We would leverage other very reputable companies like PayFast, like SnapScan, Zapper. So we don't handle those. But when we do receive the funds and pay them out, we have our own internal processes. There's something called an RFM check, recency, frequency, monetary, where you're tracking if there's any abnormal transactions. And you also need to have enough information on the users that are paying and receiving to be able to ensure that there's a secure transaction with the reputable people in the process.
And looking at informal businesses or SMEs that lack official documentation, how does Street Wallet ensure compliance with the Know Your Customer regulations?
So this is something we've been handheld through with Standard Bank, our banking partner. And we've got quite a light KYC because we're doing low value transactions. And they also understand that we can't do too many KYC checks, otherwise we won't have inclusion. So what we do is we have phone numbers, we have photos of the person, we have a basic documentation of the person. But we don't go as far as to needing all their paperwork and where they live and their kidney either. So we try and keep it light enough that they can be included, and we know enough about who they are. And we also manage the risk of how the transactions are happening so that we're below the money laundering world and the concerns of moving money without controls. Yeah.
And Kosta, just beyond payments, fintechs are starting to offer lending, savings, and insurance products designed for SMEs. How can these tools help small businesses grow?
I think they're really good in that people want an easy way to access a lot of solutions and products. So creating ecosystems that offer that are very valuable. For us at this moment, we're not creating a banked wallet where we're offering that as our core product. We're focusing on bringing money into people's hands. So I do think that in the future, we will have a world where we will be offering a lot of these products. We're already getting engagement from a lot of companies to provide solutions. And I think there's really good businesses out there that are offering simple solutions. But we're focusing on money into the wallets.
And maybe just looking at the future, could fintechs play a role in helping SMEs formalize their operations so they can access global markets?
I believe so. I don't think someone who is selling a product, a physical product, is in the game of tech or in the game of finance. And we often see that even the big companies are having financial difficulties. I don't want to name companies, but if you think of, taxi companies, or, when you have an app and you leave a tip, just handling the payment and the tip together, when the tip comes later, you've got reversals of payments and then reprocessing them. And it's quite messy on the finance side. You look at petrol stations, the tipping on a card device is messy for the business owner, and they've got so many other things on their plate. So companies like Street Wallet come into play to simplify those administrative processes for the finance teams, and in many cases operational. So we provide data for when you make a transaction that go to the businesses, and that data helps them make informed decisions. So by plugging in clever solutions in the financial world and the tech world, you're able to make your life easier as a business owner.
And just to wrap up, looking ahead, how do you see compliance and regulations shaping the fintech landscape for SMEs in South Africa over the next few years?
I believe that compliance needs to be somewhat flexible for inclusion. I do think that as you get a bank customer and you start adding more layers to your offering, there are more compliance steps, and you'll never lose those. But the introduction and the soft landing for someone who's in the cash economy to get to a very banked world of using all these products needs to come with a graded approach of KYC and compliance and managed risk. So ultimately, what we don't want is a situation where transactions are happening that people don't know the risks, and they can't control the consequences. So it's about grading it and managing it. And I think I've been quite pleasantly surprised at the willingness of the people and the stakeholders in this ecosystem that are willing to find a solution. Ultimately, there's a few products in the market that are simple and easy to get access to funds, and we're one of them, and we're trying our best to do that soft introduction for inclusion.
Well, I like that you said it's about grading and managing it, but we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
That was Kosta Scholiadis, founder of Street Wallet. Until next time, goodbye.